guys, Paul from Ashen Phoenix. It's New Comic Book Day for the week of January 25th, and we're going to get started right now. This episode brought to you by Paul and Tim Do a Thing, with shorts coming up a lot more often, starting next week, February 1st. On that channel, you're going to see shorts. You're going to see shorts on this channel, too. Check them out. It's basically just condensed versions of what we already do.
Hey guys, it's Tim from Capes and Scowls, Comic Book Store, Team Ashen, and Paul and Tim Do a Thing. You might be wondering why this is such a DC-heavy episode. That is because our Diamond Order didn't come. Hopefully it's here before you guys actually come into the store today. It's probably here by now. But for our review purposes, it's super DC. So, I've got two trades. Black Adam. The Justice Society Files. These are those one-shots that focused on the characters that appeared in the movie. And then we've got Earth Prime, DC's television superheroes epic crossover. What? That's crazy. Contains stories of Batwoman, Superman and Lois, Legends of Tomorrow, Stargirl, Impulse, and Excess.
That was actually pretty good. I read some of that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Paul loves it.
It was fun.
Loves.
It really felt like the CW verse.
Nice.
First up, we have Human Target Book 11, penultimate issue. Man, this is such a good series. I hate to see it go. The writing in here is stellar. The artwork is spectacular. This really does draw an amazing noir series. And we're starting to get all the moving parts here. We now know who did it. I'm not going to say who did it, but like we now know who did it. We know why they did it, all that stuff, and we're trying to deal with the repercussions of that and what's going to happen, and who's going to get punished. Does anybody get punished? All that's going to get resolved in the next issue. But this really does kind of come down with the pacing and everything of how tragic even finding out the truth is, and how they move on from it. And it's just so well written. So good. Tom King does an amazing job on this. Surprisingly, not my pick of the week, but really, really close.
First up for me, it's Catwoman, issue 51. For some reason, Catwoman in jail. So, this story is focusing on her life in jail and how nobody wants her there and they all treat her pretty terribly. But she has a plan. She's always had a plan. It's not her first rodeo, not her first time in jail. It's a pretty interesting story. There is a different Catwoman that is doing Catwoman-y things on the outside for her. And it's very interesting. I mean, just diving in blind into this, I wasn't bored. It was pretty good, but I think I'm missing a lot of context. But story was fine. I enjoyed it. The art's cool. And maybe I'll find a better jumping on point and jump back in.
My pick of the week is Dead Boy Detectives, issue number 2. They're dead. They're boys, and they're detectives. It's literally what this is. Starting to deal with more of who sent the monster that murdered the person that hired them, and all of those things. As the way these ghosts interact with each other is very different than what they're used to, and that leads to shocking and very dangerous things that really kind of set this book up as a really nice horror book. There's as much as the issue is lighthearted, there's still a lot of really great horror elements, especially as we get towards the end of this issue, that really kind of like undercut a lot of the humor, and in just really good ways. The art is spectacular. The writing is really, really good. And man, the ending to this issue is creepy as hell. So I highly recommend it. This is a really great series. There's only 2 issues in, so you can grab the first issue now to kind of get an idea. You don't need to worry about what's come before, because they do a really good job of picking that up in the first issue, and you can get moving on this one. So definitely grab this. Really, really good book.
All right, time for my pick of the week. Paul, do you know what my pick of the week is?
No idea.
Come on.
My options are slim.
They're slim. You want to pick one?
Action Comics.
No, it is not Action Comics.
Batman.
All right, I'm going to tell you. It's DC Universe. Just trying to...
What was the whole point of that?
I was just trying to get some banter going, but you weren't getting there. DC Universe, Lazarus Planet, We Once Were Gods. This is one of those issues that has a bunch of smaller stories within it, and it is showing you the setup to their event of Lazarus Planet. And pretty okay setup, I think. They start with Aquaman. They show you what's going on with Aquaman. They go to the Martian Manhunter. I really like the Martian Manhunter story. That's the more complete story. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to affect everything going forward, but I love the Martian Manhunter, and I like this story. It's pretty unique. Has a Doomsday plot, if you like Doomsday. Doomsday the character, not Doomsday the action. And we've also got Shazam and Wonder Woman. So there's a couple different stories, and I could see where some of them may cross over. And just really kind of interesting premises being set up here. Could be a pretty wild event is what I'm thinking. Lots of undead. A lot of undead stuff happening, which is always interesting in the DCU. But I have faith. I mean, Blackest Night is one of their big undead events, and that was fantastic. So we'll see what they do here. But it is a pretty big and lofty premise, I think. So we'll see how it goes. All right, guys, that is it. Thank you for checking us out. Sorry it was just all DC, but I guess if you like DC, you might be thrilled. Make sure you check us out. Paul and Tim do a thing. We have the shorts arriving, as Paul has mentioned. And shorts are fun. Maybe that's fun. Maybe we'll have fun doing those shorts. Who knows? Maybe not. But I'm sure you're along for the ride either way, so I appreciate that.